everybody, it's Kate Swoboda, also known as Kate Courageous. Today let's talk about the 4 parts of the courage habit process. So the courage habit is my book. You can find it anywhere. It was a lifelong dream to have a book published with a traditional publisher. It has also been incredibly exciting that the courage habit has been endorsed by several New York Times bestselling authors like Daniel Pink or Susan Piver. And the book is really about how it is that fear can become a habit, because it does become a habit. None of us are born fearful. That's not genetically encoded. We learn fear patterns, and those patterns are based on habits that we repeat over and over. So if we want to change our fear patterns or fear habits and live with more courage, we need to create courageous habits. We need to learn how to interrupt those fear patterns so that they can't keep running our lives. This is not about flipping a switch and then, oh, you're more courageous. It's about actually acknowledging the fact that there's this messy middle place where you're very afraid and those patterns are still running your lives and you're deciding to do something different with them. And that's really exciting to me. The 4 parts of the courage habit process are access the body, listen without attachment, reframe limiting stories, and reach out and create community. First one, access the body. Fear isn't logical. We have to get into our bodies because fear is primal. We can't logic our way through fear. We need to deal with fear through body-based practices that acknowledge the reality of what we feel. 2, listen without attachment. Fear is also a voice in your head. It's telling you that you're not enough. What's the point in speaking out? Who really cares what I have to say? It's already been done before. I'm not good enough, all that stuff. We need tools for how to interrupt those voices in the head. And in the courage habit, that's exactly what I talk about. And one of my favorite tools being one called Redo Please, where you actually have a dialogue with your fear instead of trying to stamp it out, make it go away. You talk to your fear and you require that it speaks to you, communicates with you differently. This is something you can actually learn how to do. Reframing limiting stories is the 3rd part of the courage habit. Cognitive reframing has been found in so much clinical research to be helpful for people with all kinds of different challenges in life. It's a really helpful strategy. This is not positive thinking. It's not just pretending that everything's all great when it's not. It's saying, amid difficulty, how will I reframe in the direction of positive change? The 4th part of the courage habit process is reach out and create community. We have got to stop being so isolated. We have got to look at how we can have really profound change through a collective, through a community. Fear thrives in isolation and it diminishes in community. When we work together to elevate who we are, to really be the best person that we can be, we do that in community, and frankly, we do it for community. I try to leave people with actionable first steps to get started. So the first one I would offer to you today is start noticing your fear instead of running from your fear. You're never going to bubble-proof your life so that you never bump up against fear. You're going to feel afraid. So let's do something different with it. Let's stop trying to outrun it. Let's stop pretending that we don't get afraid. Let's stop defaulting to patterns that really don't serve us in the long run. Let's actually start noticing where we get afraid and acknowledging that for ourselves so that we can create change moving forward. Noticing where you get afraid so that you can then do something about it, like change a habit, is the first place that I always recommend people begin.